we own it, right? Okay, well, just save it, and if you gotta find a place to put it or whatever, I'll talk to Mike about that. Okay? Yep, okay. Sounds good, thank you. Yep, fine. 4 o'clock. Did you get that turned on? Yep.
Big difference on the
Did you do the sound?
cameras.
Yep. All right, Brad, I got you.
You think? Wow.
Took my pen off, didn't you, back?
4 o'clock, we'll call the town board meeting to order. Would everybody please stand for the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. First item I have is the minutes from April 19th that I have reviewed and that I'm okay with. Anybody else have any questions or any thoughts about it?
Nope.
I'll take a motion to approve them.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Mike, second by Sean. Any discussion? Nope. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, none. Public concerns, which I didn't write on the agenda. I forgot.
It won't take long. I've got a prior engagement that I have to.
I can't hear very well, Mike.
Alright, I'm gonna come up then. I won't be long. I have a prior engagement that I have to be at this evening. I have a couple things here. I would like all this entered into the minutes, please, and I will give you a copy. Alright. Ben? Let me first start by this is not confrontational. This is not looking for an argument. This is strictly facts, okay? Good evening. We all know who I am. Mike Tibbles? I don't know who you are, sir, but... Al Presley, yeah. Okay, Al. All right. I gotta read it, because I've been going over it many times. I'd like to share some information publicly tonight, and would like my statements be recorded. I have with me the report from PESH, New York State. It's right here. And I'll give it to you, and you can all look at it. The final report from Peter Moles. Okay. And regarding the recent visit to the Highway Department, I'm pleased to inform you that the Highway Department is in compliance with New York State air quality standards for welding, spray painting, and for sandblasting. Okay. Investigators from PESH performed various tests and have released a report to that effect. I am also pleased to report that the Highway Department has a good working relationship with PESH Department. And we have complied with all the requests that they asked for. Okay. I take workplace safety very seriously. Right? I was one of the first EMT 1 and 2s in the area with IVs and the whole works. I now don't do that. I took care of people for a long time. Bad things. I watched friends burn to death in a car. I take this very seriously. As they were screaming. Fact. Okay, I'm a little bit nervous because I don't like doing this stuff, but and the professionals at PESH have been a valuable resource when needed. All of the inherited safety hazards, a legacy of the past highway superintendent, have been corrected, and to date there are no known reported safety issues at the town barn. I feel it's important for all of us to work directly together on matters of safety. I was somewhat disappointed when I discovered that since March of 2018 to January 5th of this year, several emails, phone calls, and even a visit to PESH offices in Syracuse have been made by a board member regarding safety issues before these matters had even been addressed with myself. I believe that bringing any matters up for discussion and looking for solutions or resolutions at the town level before calling and emailing state agencies would be more helpful, appropriate, and more professional. Of course, issues raised have to be corrected by and resolved at the town levels anyways. So it makes sense to start there and begin with, I appreciate your interest in the health and safety of the highway department. That's very important to me and always is my first priority. But I feel the actions, such as I mentioned, are only taken to undermine sometimes my position and hinder the great professionals that are working for our town and are saving our town money and doing our jobs. That's ad-libbed, Dan, Sandy. All right, that's pretty much, I would like to suggest that in the future, safety concerns or other matters be addressed and discussed with me directly at the town level. Of course, the board or supervisor can make decisions on when help and advice from the state agency is warranted. I don't have a problem with that. I'm here to work together. I'm here to try to move forward, as Brent and I have talked about. I'm trying. My office is open. My phone is open. Let's do this. If somebody feels uncomfortable, get a hold of Gene. He will escort you to my office. We will go over whatever you need to do. Here, I have Peter Moles sent me these emails. These are the emails and correspondence. I think some of them are probably missing with that board member that did this. It's not criminal. I'm not saying that he wasn't trying to do his job or them. So that is all I have there. And this booklet here, from the beginning when Pesh, the investigator, was called, Pesh was called to come over to the town barn and investigate violations at the town barn. No fingers, no nothing, okay?
When?
When
You talking about the first time they came years
when Luke
ago?
Parga was there,
Oh,
okay? He turned right around to both me and you and Bobby and said, Mike, I don't need to talk to you guys. I know exactly what's going on here, okay? And if you remember that, he, and here is his, all the violations, all the courses with mass, with sandblasting, with painting, everything, their names, all the courses my men took to abate any violation that was in the barn, all right? Like, again, I've been on the receiving end of what happens here in this town, has happened over the years.
So have I.
I know you have, and I'm not, this, like I said, this is not a back and forth. I need to say my piece, and then I will politely say thank you very much for your consideration, your respect, and your time, anything that you can do for me. But everything is here, right from my fuel pumps. It is available. I believe most of this I printed out and had forwarded to you at one time. It will stay in my office, all right? This will not leave my office, and if somebody wants to come and read every piece of this, you're more than welcome to. And anything else, my chips, my money, anything you want to come over and talk to me about, please do. And please come over and see the guys. Mr. Kuhn, the money you gave him is greatly appreciated, and I believe he may have thanked some of you guys for that already. He saves the town thousands of dollars. And the way we're doing it, you can see by the pictures, the way we're doing it is completely within the air quality standards of PESH in New York State. PESH, and I've read some of the emails, PESH doesn't tell you you can and you can't do it. PESH tells you how to do it correctly and how to do it safely. I understand, and I always have understood that. There's a lot of things that we're not going to go back on. So, that being said, gentlemen.
And one thing I want to say is that this report that you're giving us is dated April 30th, so this is very fresh, 4 or 5 days.
He just sent that to me.
Right.
I've been waiting for it.
And it just, I want to you to know that this supports the decision that the town made
Yes.
2 or 3 weeks ago, or maybe a little longer, on
Right.
Greg Kuhn and the welding, because we wouldn't have made that decision until we knew. And you got me information that
Yes.
showed that you could do any type of welding you wanted over that, all the stuff.
We do it correctly, and you can see the apparatuses and the air stuff that, respirators and stuff that we use, as with the sandblasting and the painting. Like I say, I've been there, okay?
Yeah.
Without saying, going to the doctors, I know what's going on with myself.
Yep.
Okay?
Thank you.
Gentlemen, I really appreciate what some of you guys have done for me, and, my men, as I say, my men are professionals,
Thank you, Mike.
and thanks for the respect for that.
Thanks, Mike.
Thanks, Mike.
All right, guys.
Anybody else for public? Yep.
Just a quick question there, I sent you the email. I can't hear you. I'm sorry. So I'm just trying to, on the project I've got, I thought Rob was gonna be here tonight, which is why I came, just to hear, because I'm trying to get a sense of timing, because it's very impactful for me to.
He was planning on bearing, it was
Yeah.
hoping to, and the lawyer didn't have the resolution prepared, so now Rob's asked me to ask the board if they'll meet next Wednesday
Okay.
at 4 o'clock, which I don't know yet, to
Yeah.
just do that resolution.
So there was some discussion about Outer Street being thrown in with this, and that was gonna delay the project a long time. Is there any decision or discussion or meeting, or you want me to just wait?
Not really.
No, but you had good feedback.
There's kind of two situations here that were, like, Rob kind of brought this up out of the blue with this Outer Street thing. That's something we hadn't really talked about. But what the overriding thing is, Route 12, they have to reform the district. It's more of a procedural step. But the bigger problem we have, it got put out to bid.
Right.
And the bid prices came back well beyond.
Right, I
what we
understood
had.
that, yeah.
So, if there's any, the delay that we're looking at is
Funding.
the remaining money.
Right, and Rob explained that, but
It really, the Outer Street thing is, that definitely would delay things, but the funding is.
no, I understand that, I understand that part of it. My understanding was, if I understood what he said correctly, if that was to come in and be added onto this, you'd have to go through the same procedure they've already done, which could push it back 2 to 3 years from now.
Yeah.
And that makes a big difference on how I handle things, and it could cause a lot of problems if I make the wrong decision.
But except for this reforming the district, which.
Right.
We're pretty much ready to go. It's just money.
Money.
No, I understand that part of it. I just didn't know if we were gonna change the whole.
No.
No.
That's
No,
not what
no.
they discussed.
Okay, yeah, I just was trying to get a sense of that. I understand all the other part. It was just that one component.
I think we're gonna take Rob's recommendations and do just the Route 12.
Forward with the right.
Yeah, that's what he explained would make more sense right now, because 3 years from now costs, and, I mean, who knows? But
Okay,
okay,
I don't know about you, but this adding Otter Street, that's never came from my mouth to him. He just looked at it as a possibility of.
It came from my mouth
Yeah.
because it didn't necessarily have Otter Street. I got 4 businesses on Route 12 that have a big sewer problem that would like to, wanna know why we're not going the extra couple thousand feet. And Rob talked to 2 of them on the phone last week and explained, and they understood.
okay, I was just trying to get a sense of timing,
Yep.
because it's hard to make some decisions.
Yeah.
He's, as far as I know, looking for this additional funding.
Yes.
Yeah, he explained all that, and then maybe, well, probably very unlikely this fall, but maybe by spring, things would be set. I'm hopeful, but anyway, that's different than being 2 or 3 years down the road for me, and what I have to do to get prepared. I don't wanna do too much in advance, get a lot of money in dirt, and have it sitting there for a long time, but, you know what.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thanks, Al. I passed your letter on to the board, so everybody
Yeah.
understands your situation.
Thank you, guys.
Yep.
Thanks, Al.
Okay, I got Alexandria Bay Rising, a resolution that we've talked about and changed. Does anybody have any other changes or any thoughts on this?
When we talked, the only thing I don't know,
Take 2 delete.
the only questions I had, I talked to.
Took your 2 out.
Yeah, okay, that's the only, the mention is
Yep.
contracting, I think that we want to be careful with
Yep.
that, and then this project manager thing, we don't have any other project that we've ever done anything like that with. I think just keep it really simple. They're just looking for some support for funding
Yeah,
at the end of the day.
I'll change it if we're gonna,
Just the wording here. Town of Alexandria and Alexandria Bay Rising shall commit to work together on developing all grants, proposals, loans, interest, and attracting at no cost to the town of Alexandria other investors. Should that just be gone?
yes.
That must have been from some other.
Yep, the other sentence. Yep. Okay. Anything else?
There. Number 4, other investors. No, I think that's fine.
Anybody else have any thoughts? So I'll make the motion that we do this resolution. I want to first say that the numbers need to be changed. I deleted's in there, and the previous word is deleted, a couple things, just to clean this up, okay?
Right, yeah, clean it up, yeah.
Okay, so I'll make a motion on this resolution for a public-private partnership between the town of Alexandria and Alexandria Bay Rising, whereas the town of Alexandria seeks to promote economic development and improve the quality of life for its residents and community. And whereas Alexandria Rising has expressed an interest in developing recreational facilities in the town, and whereas a private-public partnership between the town of Alexandria and Alexandria Bay Rising would leverage the resources and expertise of both the public and private sectors to achieve significant outcomes. Now therefore be it resolved by the Town Board of Alexandria Bay, New York. The town of Alexandria hereby supports Alexandria Bay Rising to develop recreational facilities within the town is number 1. Number 2 is the town of Alexandria and Alexandria Bay Rising shall work together to seek funding opportunities and structure the venture in such a way that all sides benefit. Number 3, the town of Alexandria and Alexandria Bay Rising shall commit to work together on developing all grant proposals, loan, interest, and attracting at no cost to the town of Alexandria. The public
We're taking that.
attracting isn't
And
right
the
there.
other investors, is-
Huh? The attracting needs to be changed there, that doesn't,
what you're saying,
shall commit to work together on developing all grant proposals, loans, interest. I think we take that out of there and just go add.
Oh, it's supposed to say, and attracting other investors.
At no cost to the town of
Yeah,
I don't know, why would we want to get involved in attracting other investors?
I agree, take out attracting and other investors.
Yeah, this, all the other stuff is,
Interest,
I mean, we don't, it says at no cost, so I guess what I would say is all these grant proposals, loans, and interest thing, it would just be a standard letter of support that we submit.
Yeah.
That way there's zero cost,
which is part of the purpose of this whole deal
Yeah.
right here. Number 4, this public-private partnership model is created for the purpose of economic development and supported by the town of Alexandria. The town of Alexandria and Alexandria Bay Rising shall regularly review and assess the progress of the project and make necessary adjustments to ensure the successful completion of the project. Number 6, the resolution shall take effect immediately upon adoption. We hereby certify that the above resolution was duly adopted by the Town Board of Alexandria Bay, New York.
You wanna just do town of Alexandria, don't you?
it's town of Alexandria, not town of Alexandria, man.
What did I change it up above? The Town Board of
Take that out.
Don't need the day, huh? No. Okay, and that's, fill the date in if we pass this resolution. Any more discussion?
Oh,
Any motion?
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Sean, second by Gene. Any more discussion?
Nope.
Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, all those opposed, none. So this is on the 3rd day. Okay, that's, camera brush pit and new signage. I have to go to my computer because he did not have that to me, and he told me it was coming in a few minutes. I think he's got the one quote in there from, the one, I got the other one, should be right here on my computer.
It's all here together, isn't it? It says Goose Bay and Town Brush Pile.
Yeah, but there's another, I think, was it citizens,
Right
quote
from
from
the citizens, something like that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's it, just,
What's the, oh, okay, it's two different solutions.
right, big difference.
Pipe Vision Solutions will need SIM cards activated by the town for data service.
I don't have it, and this was not a bid, this did not have a drop dead time and date, so I would just assume save the prices that we have right here, wait for his to come in and then make a decision.
Yep.
Yep.
We don't have to act on this,
It
right?
wasn't an official bid or anything like that, it was quotes.
Yeah.
Okay. That takes the next one too. I got the commercial license for the brush pit usage. Do you wanna talk about that? I put 7 or 8 papers together and you have on brush pit information that I got on the internet. I've started putting some notes together on that. I'd like to send you all stuff that, what I'm thinking based off of this and what we deal with up there. Does anybody want to try to nip the commercial usage deal and come up with a process or program rules for that now, or do you want to wait?
I would just assume till we get the cameras in, and then we can see what's going on, and then we can actually have, you know, more of a better idea what's going on.
I think we know what's going on.
Well, I'm just, do we know how much, you know, is it like every day, 10 times a day?
No, but we can tell by the piles of brush that it definitely is every week, I would say.
They come past my house
Yeah,
quite a
we can
bit.
say it's every week because
Okay, well, I'm just
stuff
saying.
gets pushed and then all of a sudden, the next time stuff gets pushed, they find garbage. Or they find rocks.
Based on feedback alone, it's, like Chris McCormick texted me, said just the sheer volume that these guys are dropping, I mean, it's,
10 to 12 loads a day.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
Chris will send me text from up there of a picture of a truck down there with a name on it, dumping stuff in.
Well, we've had this discussion for some time, and if Ronnie was here, his big, I'm gonna speak for him on this one, his big thing is, if it's material generated in the town of Alexandria, obviously, taxpayer, commercial or otherwise, ends up in a brush pit, it's coming from the town of Alexandria, it's not coming from some other town. I'm just saying, that's what he would say.
Yeah, yeah.
And we kind of went around with that one a little bit.
I mean, my feelings are, I agree that the brush that goes in that brush pit should only be from the town of Alexandria. Does anybody feel it should be from anywhere, it can be from anywhere else?
I don't think you'll stop it.
I don't think you'll stop it either. I think the point is the commercialization of it, okay? Brush is coming from the town of Alexandria, but that person's paying
Yeah.
someone. I would assume that person has overhead in general. $250 permit to dump there is not a lot of overhead for a lot of businesses.
I agree.
It would probably be the lowest end thing.
That was the point I made probably a couple years ago, is that if you cut down your own tree and you transport it to the brush pit yourself, that's one thing. You pay somebody else, he's gonna charge you some money.
Because I can tell you what, they're charging the homeowner more than $250 to take that tree away.
And that's the argument I made a couple years ago.
And this is, we threw some numbers around last time. This seemed fair. Some people, I think, wanted more, and some were thinking less originally, but it seems fair. I think this is just last week, right? We talked about this, is even with a commercial permit, we don't want other towns' brush being dumped there, right? Gene makes a good point. How are we gonna know? Well, the only way we're gonna know is if someone spots it. You spot it, which we kinda said, it might take a bit of an honor system to say, hey, if you see, I don't wanna name names, but one of the local contractors hauling stuff down
Well,
8 miles from Clayton, right, we should probably stop them and say, no bueno. You'll get how many phone calls do you get about stuff like,
I feel
I mean, just in general.
I mean, put it this way, when we have a regulation, when we first put that sign up, no commercial dumping, I was getting a fair amount of phone calls because people saw people there dumping that were commercial, so they're making phone calls. I think if we do a commercial license, as Sean says, for $250 or whatever we decide on here, that's gonna give us a few more people that are gonna call us, because the 4, 5, or 6 people that use our pit a lot, they are gonna buy that license, they're gonna see it, anybody else that's using that pit, and they're gonna wonder, and they're gonna see that they're using it commercially, and they'll say, they'll probably call.
Remember, I think the bite that we want is having a hefty fine there.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes.
So a commercial guy comes in with trees from Clayton, Lafargeville, Watertown, wherever he goes and gets them. A $2,000 fine might make you think twice about bringing that material here.
And that's what, in that paperwork that I gave you guys, it talks about 3 of those different communities talk about their fines, you know, and there's some hefty ones in there. There's no, you know, I saw 1,000, I saw 2,000, yeah, so.
Well, seeing as how we're gonna probably adjourn this meeting to next week, we all wanna read through this and.
Well, we can spin it around in our emails till
I
next
was gonna
week.
say, it's
But
nice to go,
a couple years ago, I said exactly what you brought up. The other thing too that I kind of discussed with you, over time, we know how much we have been paying for somebody to go over there to push all that shit back, right? We know that. And it would seem to me that some amount of this revenue from a
license.
license would offset all this,
I'll set some of it for sure.
Yeah.
because it's getting out of,
I mean, I would say.
We gotta start somewhere,
Gene,
so
what
we
would
can
you
make
say,
changes.
4 hours a week or twice a week? No, it's twice a week. It's gonna be 8 hours a week.
At least twice a week, sometimes it's more than that.
And they do it in half a day?
Yeah,
I think
you
I've
look
seen
here, sometimes
4 to
it's
6.
7 hours, 6 hours, depending on the day,
Yeah.
and that's when we were a little bit behind.
I mean,
There was
you
You
days
got
there,
12 hours, if you got 12 hours a week.
it's kinda like what's you know, like the transfer site. We, over time, we have records on costs and everything like that, so then we looked at that, and then we changed how much we charge.
To a break-even status.
I will take,
I'm not trying to break even, but let's kind of
I will
offset these
take
costs.
Mike's records that he made copies of me for last year with me when I
But we
go
should-
tomorrow, and I'll try and get us kind of a ballpark figure of, all right, this is what he did last summer, as far as how many days a week and how many hours were involved, and I'll send it out to all of you.
I'm just saying that, it'll give you a basis for a number.
I've got a lot of the information, so.
Because the other thing that ends up happening with these larger haulers, commercial or otherwise, is if it was everybody doing their own individual yards and stuff like that, it really wouldn't.
Hold
end up
on a
in the
second,
road
I've
so
got you on
fast.
speakerphone, I just wanna turn it up, I'll put my phone in the center of the table. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, that's Ronnie, he's on the phone. Hey, Ron. Hey, Ron, we're talking about the brush pit, we're talking about the commercial license. I don't believe we wanna make a decision today or tonight, but we're just throwing around a few things, and I think what we're gonna do, is we're gonna pass some emails around here in the next week, because it looks like we're gonna need to have another meeting next Wednesday, hopefully very brief. Andy Silver was not able to get the paperwork together for the new district that Rob wants us to, vote on.
Oh, okay, for the sewer?
Yeah, for the sewer. So,
Okay.
we're gonna, at the end of the meeting, go to 4 o'clock next Wednesday, if that works with everybody. And we'll deal with, some more information on this. And we're not doing anything with the camera bids, because I asked for prices, and the second price, which I know is coming, isn't here yet. So I don't open or divulge the other price that we have.
Sure.
And I'll wait for that one to come. And like I said, this was not a formal bid procedure. This was just a price quote because of the procurement policy and the dollar amount.
Yeah, hopefully it won't be all that expensive.
Okay,
Hopefully.
yeah. Anything else I haven't filled him in on? That's where we're at there. More discussion on the commercial license. Everybody, we're gonna pass this around and throw ideas
Well,
back
we're
and
gonna-
forth, right?
As far as anything formal, we're gonna have like a local law.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, which that's gonna need, the fine structure's gonna need everything that we've talked about.
Yep.
Yep. Okay, so we'll move on, number 5, the ceiling, Rob's got that stuff, he said he had it do some finishing touches to it, so he'll move that to next Wednesday, or that can actually be at our
Now,
monthly
is
meeting.
that like, is that the rink parking lot in the town hall?
Here,
Okay.
yep. Fire alarm system pricing for 2 equipment buildings at the town highway department. So, with this fire alarm deal, we got prices, and we got 3 prices. And 2 of the prices were on the main building, the highway garage, okay? The third price had the back building in it, okay? Well, I was wondering a little bit about the back building, so I drove back there a couple of weeks ago when we were discussing this, and I think I saw one of our blue Ford tractors in there. I saw all kinds of equipment that was worth
Yep.
significant money.
Yep.
So I think we should include that building, absolutely, and I think we should ask for new price quotes from the people that already voted.
I thought we did that.
What's that?
We haven't done that yet?
Didn't include that other building.
Have they done any work, any
No.
work been done at all?
No.
Okay, good, so, all right,
No.
Yep,
okay.
I agree.
Okay, so I'll take a motion to put it out for price quotes,
For all 3.
for all 3.
Okay.
And to have them at our next meeting, at the regular monthly meeting, I'm sorry.
I'll make that motion.
What's the date on that next meeting? Anybody got that on their calendar?
5/10,
5 what?
May 10th.
May 10th. Can't be.
June.
I meant the regular monthly meeting.
Oh, regular monthly, oh, okay, I thought you said a week, I'm sorry. June 21st,
June 21st?
3rd Wednesday, right?
Yep.
May.
No, May, we're talking.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
God, I keep forgetting that we're,
Yeah.
I'll keep it.
May 17th.
Okay, May 17th, I'm gonna ask for the quotes on the fire system. Okay, and I'll ask for those, to be here by 4 o'clock, that'll be one of those. Yep,
So you're talking about we wanna get together on May 10th, next Wednesday?
yep.
That's what we have to do to get to.
May 10th is that thing at Caballeros,
What time's that start?
5. So we
If
gotta be
everybody's
done.
okay to move this thing to 3 o'clock?
I'm just saying, my point is, we gotta be done by, at least by 5.
Yeah,
I think that's like
yeah.
4:30. Okay, I'm just throwing that out there.
Yeah. Okay, so that's what we'll do with the fire alarm pricing.
Who was
The next 2 are pretty,
who was the
I'm sorry?
second? Who seconded that?
I will.
Okay. All in favor?
aye.
Aye.
So we're at 7 and 8, which are really all tied together here. I just like to have things in writing. Okay, we've talked about this stuff, and supposedly it's our policy and this and that. This makes me feel better. I went in and I sat down with Nicole and went over this with her, and she understands and she will be able to do it. She basically has been doing it, by these sheets that you see here, but I wanna make sure that we've got it in writing that we're doing it that way. And I also know that from talking to Mike Tibbles and to Chris McCormick and over different things here, it'll make them feel better about the reimbursement, the fact that we're doing it and that there's papers that back it up. That's the biggest thing I wanna do.
I'm no issue doing this, but why do we have to bother it? He should be able to come and get
Because I said I
stuff.
wanna have it on paper, that's why.
Okay, all right, okay, but I'm just, he
That's-
should be
I
able to, he should be able to come in and get whatever he wants when he needs it, I mean, without needing our permission.
I mean, I think it's one way for me to show and for this board to show that we're trying to make things, produce things and give Mike the
It's just a proactive approach.
necessary data.
It's just proactive and.
Yep, absolutely. So, I'll take a motion for the resolution on number 7. I need a motion, the resolution to have the bookkeeper send highway superintendent monthly copies of the financials for DA and DB that she has been doing. I'll take a motion.
I'll make the
Motion by Gene, second.
Yep.
Sean, any further discussion?
No.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Number 8, resolution to have the town bookkeeper send highway superintendent spreadsheet of reimbursement to DA for hours of labor at Mud Lake, Butterfield Lake, Brush Pit, and any and all other places necessary needed to reimbursement of DA and DB equipment usage will be handled the same way.
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Gene, second by Sean. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, none. That's all I have. We need to go into, I'll make a motion to go into executive session, discuss the work history of a certain town employee. And then when we come out of that, we're gonna adjourn this to, what was that date, May 10th?
May 10th,
At what time did we say?
3.
3?
3, we'd take 3, not 4.
No, because you
Okay.
have the thing for,
Cavaliers, okay, I'm just, right, okay.
I'll make that motion.
Motion
I'll
by
second
Sean,
it.
second by Gene, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed, none. I'll vote the other way.